Yo, hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm gonna take you with me on an adventure. We're gonna test a little bit around what is kind of meta in Hydra. We're gonna test out today single target attackers and AoE attacks and multi-hitting max HP hitters, like Euphorian in our case. And we kind of see where is the good damage these days. Is there something we can kind of see towards? Maybe we can already kind of see what to avoid and all that. So I prepared something. We're gonna test out quickly Whisper. We are in hard mode. I'm kind of conflicted with which kind of stage I'm gonna use. I think hard mode is kind of okay. Later on maybe we can try a nightmare or something. But hard mode is kind of a middleware where, for example, my Whisper can do really good damage and we can kind of see where it goes later on, when we have those super amazing champions that will come out later on, and you can kind of see if you do a nightmare way too much damage and it will end up in something like this. But the thought behind it on a single target attacker is, what if you just kill one head, then kill it again, and then go next in line. Just kill the next head and kill that one and just basically one after another. Is that better? A strategy after all. I think these days it's more about strategy than anything else, because yeah, you know how it is. They respawn faster when you kill them and all of that need to be covered. So is it actually better to just kill them overall? Of course, I did a little bit testing by myself already, and I can tell you, no, it's not really. Even if you do intense damage and kill them one after another, then you still have not enough breathing time, where the other heads are just not taking the turns and all that. So single target on the end was kind of okay, but in my list, in all my testing, it was basically the weakest. For example, right now we kill them one after another, but the red head cannot take a couple turns, the other can take a couple turns while we hit it. Of course, if you hit the target way faster, you make them respawn quicker and you go ahead and go on the other one and kill it. So you have a little bit more breathing time if you kill super fast. But already my Whisper, and she's well known for being good single target damage dealer, is just not hitting enough to make them respawn so quick that you actually have some breathing time in there. Damage is kind of nice. You have always a target that you basically can attack if you don't kill them too fast. So I'm gonna show you a little bit where that one goes. The damage is about 2 million per turn. On the boss turns that is quite nice, but if we go a little bit further it will kind of decrease. You can already see we have 3 heads out there that have that buff, which I don't know what the name right now, surplus will or something, but that is actually not good. So we still have to wait right now, but that's where the strategy comes in. Maybe we just hit that head a little bit and we get some time until the other take a turn, and then you have always one target that you can attack. That is basically the strategy behind it, but you can see already if you do too much damage you fall out of that really pretty easy. And Whisper is well known, she is stacked, she has a 6-star and all that. Later on we will get more champions that do more damage. Of course, this is the nature of the game. So if you do more damage you are kind of stuck. Let me just show you quickly on normal mode. That is the damage was kind of nice, 2 million per turn, but it fell off later on for me. Like, I tested it already. So single targets are really nice. So we kind of just imagine now our Whisper is now the new generation of champion that does way harder damage, and we are on nightmare right now. But yeah, like I said, sorry about that. Later on we will get harder hitting champions, so we just imagine basically that we do super hard hitting things and then we kill them super fast because the champion gets better and better. Will that change anything else? No, basically if you kill them too fast it is actually not that good, and since we are just killing them one by one, we make them always make them respawn with that buff. So that is actually not too good if you kill them too fast. Wait for it, we're gonna make them respawn maybe right away. Give it a second. The other heads still need to take a turn, and sometimes the Mischief head is actually not that great for you if they have that buff, and as Mischief dies he will just basically give you less turn meter on the other champions, so they don't take for a million days a turn. So at this moment we already killed 2, make that one respawn really quick, and you can kind of see where it goes. We're gonna kill that, not right now. It is maybe not triggering right now, but at some point you will have at least one time zone. It's kind of more often where all of them has that buff that you cannot attack them. So overall, I think a single target hitter that is really like a not a single target hitter. What I mean, like a single target based team, what we have right now, where they just go in there and do single target attacks to kill people, like our Shamael and our Whisper, is not really, I have to, yeah, it's not really good. So on the next on the list we have 4. He is our AoE hitter. Of course we have still Shamael for the single target. I cannot put just an AoE Shamael in there because there is no AoE Shamael in there who does damage, so we can only use 4. But for that I have to quickly give him some gear, but we're not taking any random gear, so we have kind of awkward comparisons. We just gonna use Whisper's gear. So we're gonna put that on. It is basically the same setup, and we have Merciless, 6 pieces and all that. Just the accessories that obviously different because, yeah, how can you use the same when it's not the same faction? And now we're going in on hard again. Of course, it's kind of an imagination on the end. If we get harder hitting AoE hitters and all that when we go on hard, I could basically do the same on Nightmare, then it's just taking a little bit longer and all that. And I don't even think my Whisper can on Nightmare kill the head again, so it's gonna respawn. So is it better to just go AoE these days, like full focus AoE? Maybe I would bring more, like my block buff champion would be an Euphorion and something that does a little bit more AoE than I have right now. But 4 is a really good example where I think is 100%. It is AoE time. There is no space anymore for just single target hitting. That was the time where the heads didn't respawn and then you could do intense single target damage on a head. Those times are over. It's not happening for you. But what happens if you use AoE hitters is that you have a lot more breathing time, and also you won't get eaten so much if they get killed at some point, make them respawn. They take actually less turns. What I mean with that is when a head is alive and takes a turn, he will decrease the marker of the Hydra. If they are dead and take a turn, they actually take turns, but they actually obviously not moving. But you don't lose that mark of the Hydra, so they have actually to be alive. So it's just you have way more breathing time, and also the damage looks just way better. I know Whisper is an old school champion, is known for good damage, not the best. 4 is new generation and he's way better. My Whisper has a 6-star blessing, my 4 doesn't, so that is something that needs to be keep in mind, but you saw it already. When we do more damage on single targets, it's actually not helping us too much. But if we do AoEs and sometimes make them respawn and one of them does automatically not have the buff, that is just a plus point where you can actually do some damage. That's just never gonna happen with just single target. Yeah, you will make them respawn too much, they will automatically have the buff, and in our scenario where we use an AoE, there could be actually some champions on the some heads on the board that don't have that buff. So overall, you see already the damage is way better in this one. And of course, also here the damage will sink a little bit over time because here and there we will lose all the damage. But you can see AoE is way better in this form right now. I could do it on Brutal again to kind of show you, it's all working and all that, but we kind of don't. So what I just want to say, I tested it longer than this. Both versions, like the single target and the AoE, and in general AoE was just better, more breathing time to get your heals up and all that. They don't actually attack you all the time, so it was way better. But what if? Where is it? It is right here. Let's imagine I don't have an Acresia right now, so that would the only champion that could do some intense damage over time. Every time is the same. and everything, but I don't have her, so I made myself a little team with the 2 Yumekos, and just Euphorion is just gonna use every time his max HP skill. So we can kind of see what would happen if you maybe have 2 max HP hitters, a Marius and a Marius would be so much better, but I don't have him right now, so we're gonna use Euphorion. But we kind of see how it would be if you just have a Marius and a Euphorion without all the resets in the world, so that those max HP hitting, they're coming like better than what I have in my 2 Yumeko. Basically, let's just go in, you kind of know what I mean. We're just gonna basically have more max HP hitters on the board right now. We just imagine it. So, can we actually, I think, wait, give me a second guys, I have to correctly, it is a little bit awkward on the beginning, there's a little bit RNG involved because my Lydia is a little bit too fast, but we're gonna quickly fix that by just simply taking off her boots. Remove, right, remove. Alright, let's go back, everything is set up right now. So, is it these days? Wait, not even not now. We're going max HP hits, so actually we have more damage when we go on Nightmare. So we're gonna go Nightmare just to see the damage. What if a max HP hitter is on the best kind of stage for them? What kind of damage are they doing? Is it good overall for the strategy? Are they dying? Like, are they respawning all at the same time or something like that? We have decreased defense and weaken, so if we're not weak hitting, we should do the same damage every time we hit. Nice, we didn't get our turn meter decrease, that is really nice, that sometimes happens. Oh, wait, oh, yeah, sorry to steal a little bit of your time, but I have to actually give Euphorions the gear. I'm kind of... I'm like, why is he not going? I kind of... But again, we're gonna give him the same gear than we gave the others, so it's kind of comparable. But obviously the faction is, I think, different on this one. What is he? High Elf. So yeah, of course, we cannot use the same accessories, but overall it's kind of in the same realm, and it's a max HP hitter. It does not matter if he has the craziest stats in the world. So what is gonna happen? And yeah, I have crazy stats right now on the damage dealer, so of course, obviously we want to see what's happening when you do the good damage and not just mid-game or something. When you cannot kill heads again to make them respawn, it's not too much changing for you because it just of the 1000 turn meter limit. So is that one better? Obviously, if I had a Marius, a Euphorion, and a Grazura and a bunch of max HP hitters all in one team, it is a good team. But is it world changing or something? Probably not. You see it already every time Euphorion is coming around, he does his max HP hit. It's good damage, don't get me wrong. But is that the new meta? Maybe yes, if you can make a full Acrecia, Euphorion, Grazura, Marius. If you make a full team like this and everybody has it, maybe it could be a good team that you do more than the average, but don't suspect too much. That's what I want to say, because like who is actually having 2 Yumekos and using an Euphorion in there or something? That's probably not going to happen for you. So if you want to make a team like this work, you gotta have a couple more than just one that does sometimes the max HP hit, or just maybe just an Acrecia for all the damage. It's gonna be a Fire Key, but just not the biggest thing in the world. So overall, damage is cool. We are Nightmare, I know, different multipliers, but if I would go now on hard, the damage would really suck. Like, at least we want to see some numbers, what they're kind of capable, but a little bit more than 1 million per turn is not the greatest in the world, and we have not even went basically back where they have that buff where we cannot attack them and all, and of course the damage will go a little bit lower. So what I kind of saw was kind of 1 million per turn, plus, probably not minus, but if I would make that key all the way to the end, it's probably around, yeah, 250 million or something. Nothing too crazy if just he does the damage all the time. He got eaten anyway right now, so yeah, damage is cool, but not the craziest in the world. So, what do we learn about this video? And overall, use your AoE hitters, and that's basically it. There was nothing too crazy I was figuring out. Even like if you make a Euphorion use this thing all the time, maybe a Marius would be better in a situation like this. But who actually uses a Marius and who Yumeko? So I kind of went like, hey, whatever. So overall, max HP hitters are right in the middle. They do good, very nice damage, not the best. The best damage dealers on the end will be AoE based because they just do overall more damage than a Euphorion could do. Sometimes they just do more than 20% HP of them, and that's just more damage about it. So AoE hitters that are really good, of course they're number one. And last on the list are just single targets, where you focus all your damage on single targets. Those teams, in my opinion, are really dead. At some point it's just too much damage what you put out, and they will respawn too much. Overall, use your AoE damage dealers. And that will be the end of the video. Don't forget to press the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done already. And yeah. Have a nice day.